How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Little
A
Misfortune.
missing kid.
Thank you guys so much, by the way, for the positive response to the series so far. I'm very much having fun. Call 112. I wish all phone numbers were that easy to remember. That's just as simple as it gets, I would say.
I don't like this. Maybe I should go back home. Besides, I didn't tell Mommy I went outside.
That was our
Bye.
choice, though.
Don't
Bye.
go now, Misfortune. I can protect you.
Just
Really?
immediate game over. Nah, I don't want to do this anymore. And then so easily again, reconvinced to just come right back to it, eh? If this is feeling sad to you, then let's not deal with it. I guess I can't sparkle away the missing child. Oh, no. That's messed up. I mean, that's definitely the same girl. It's also like the first person we've seen where we can see their face. Because everyone else has a mask. Our mom was facing the other direction. Mask on the face right there. Their eyes are just... Ew. Oh, that was one of the creepier masks. The guy in that car was messed up. I hated it. They're all creepy. That one looked like the Joker times 10. It looked horrible. Don't like
Smells
that.
like bullcrap.
Misfortune, watch your language.
Okay.
No, I love it. I fully support poo crap as a description. There's a stupid... If you guys ever watched Sick Animation, it was a Newgrounds thing way back when. It still does. Romeo Jr. on Newgrounds, but Sick Animation on YouTube. There's a stupid clip where he says piss urine.
Blast! These bars are made out of metal. Can't break them with these hands. Too bad I still don't have my superhuman strength.
Actually, sir, when we were fleeing the Perusian stronghold, I happened to steal a few vats of Captain Galactor's piss urine.
Excellent work, Merkin.
And to this day, oh wow, someone with the mask actually walking around. Looks a little bit like Jason or something. Nah, I don't want to deal with that. We're throwing some glitter all around there. Not a fan. But yeah, piss urine is something that has stood out in my mind for like 8 years. Now poo crap is in that same category. I'm going to start using it. The world needs a plan.
A unicycle. Get it?
Very clever, Misfortune.
Thank
I mean,
you.
as someone who has had their wheels stolen off their bike, but not the actual bike stolen, I can still kind of relate to this. And I don't want to laugh about it, because I think that sucks. At Killmonday Games, a little bit of like a Twitter link there for the developers of the game. Phantasmagoria, the horror fair. Maybe that's somewhere we get to go to in the game. Nice glowing red eyes.
Phantasmagoria is coming to Openfield? That's so awesome!
This is
Maybe
the first
we
time
could
we've seen
find
people
time.
walking
Check
by.
it out later. Who knows?
Right. Don't play with my feelings now.
Let's focus on finding the eternal happiness first. Then we'll see.
Alright, I can't wait.
She's having a tough day, Mr. Voice. She killed a dog, saw some dude hang himself. You don't want to mess with her feelings.
It's Benjamin from the Hoots in the Woods. You know, if you ever want to hang out or something, I'm available.
Don't engage.
Did she
with
just
that
ask him
wild
on like a
fox.
date?
I told you, foxes are dangerous.
Let me handle this.
Benjamin's so sweet. Hide your child, hide your wife. It feels
Are
like
you a
the
wild, dangerous fox?
famous old
Benji, don't go!
news
Let
clip.
that wild beast run off. I don't want anything bad happening to you.
Alright.
I don't really know who Benjamin is trying to warn, because it seems like all the people in this world are kind of messed up.
Ah, this is Benji's stuff. This is absolutely the best art I have ever seen. It's so
Spooky
personal.
antler
I didn't know
reaper.
Benjamin was so creative.
Creative? That looks like a
Yet
child
another
has drawn it.
appeal of
What
his.
did you just say?
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Huh.
Hey, shouldn't we be focusing on finding the prize?
I'm focused.
Mr. Voice is totally going to turn little Misfortune here off of her adventure by constantly poo-pooing, poo-crapping all over Benjamin. Benjamin's clearly... Oh, that's the guy who stole...
Misfortune.
Oh my god, that was
Language.
a step above poo crap. But that was the car of the guy who kidnapped the girl, which I don't know if it's just coincidental. It randomly pulls from a pool of art of cars and that just happened to be the same one, but I'm guessing that was intentionally the same car that picked up the like eyeless girl.
Yes, Misfortune.
Has anyone reached the end of
The
the
missing
game
girl sign.
and gotten the eternal happiness?
Yes, of course. They lived happily ever after.
That sounds nice. You know, I want to
What
win
is with
this
birds
prize for
dropping
my
out of the
mom.
sky like
I wish I
that?
could give her some happiness. My sparkle doesn't work with her.
Oh, that's really sweet of you.
Thank you. Would you like to try my sparkle?
That's not necessary.
Ha, don't be silly. Here you go. Happiness to Mr. Boy!
Oh,
So
well.
generous.
Thank you. Anyway, let's go find the prize and make Mommy proud.
Yes.
I'm trying to like really heavily scan backgrounds and stuff to see if there's those crows dropping right in front of us. I'm trying to see if there's more going on in the background, other little hints and things. Someone pointed out in the very first episode when you like first leave your bedroom for like a fifth of a second, you see Benjamin walk past your window as you leave the room. Just kind of a neat little thing. I hear someone has drawn on this like bus stop sign and given the adult the antlers. So that's a little something. Don't entirely know what that's supposed to mean, but it definitely counts for something. A lot of things that are not in English. One thing it says La Muerta, which I'm pretty sure is like death or the death or something. That's like one of the only things I'm probably going to recognize. Because like Dias de la Muerto is Day of the Dead, right? I might be a little off on that. So Muerta is something dead. Esta viva y almienta. Yes, yeah, I have my Spanish. I used to study it on Duolingo. It's too long ago. Totally forget it.
There's a
Fran
hot
Bow
seat
is
poetry
written on the
right
bench.
Death is alive and it's eating from you.
Death is
Sun
alive?
and-
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think?
Misfortune, do you really
That was totally
need
the
to
one
read
I was
those
reading.
Poems?
Yeah. I'm like into this. I want to read the bench poems.
Yeah. Listen to this one. Balls hanging too low.
Eat fruit.
No signature. Where are they hanging from? Oh, look. A drawing of a cat.
There's also
Come
eat
on,
fruits and
Misfortune.
veggies.
Let's
Positive graffiti.
Alright.
That was a very small. Well, you should know where balls are hanging from. I guess we no opposite. We do have proof that she doesn't know. She tried to like kick the balls of the bird that was
Look at
carrying
the
her away and
seagull.
didn't know what to
It looks
do.
like Kevin's dad. He used to sit in the sandbox next to school. He didn't have any clothes on.
Sad and
the
funny.
police officer beat him with a stick.
Too bad
Jesus.
you don't have any fish to offer the seagull. They love fish, you know.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty
Yeah,
about the
we-
fish
oh,
from
damn, we
earlier?
could have had
I
that.
made a hard decision back there, and I stand behind it.
I
Good.
understand,
Put your foot down.
Misfortune. I'm just saying.
Well, stop saying.
Yeah, piss off, Mr. Voice, if you're not going to be helpful at all. I got to do my usual little back check. Oh, look at that. A guy who's thinking about banging some lovely lady friend of his. That just says dreams, I think, maybe peace and love. So there's a few more in English than I thought there were. Literally, like, the only one that I even knew, like, a word of Spanish from was the one that she ended up translating for me, so that was helpful. And it's signed with an N, so I'm curious who the N is. But I like that Fran Bow is written on there. I'm very excited to play that game and try to find the clues indicating that these games are connected. That seems more of just like a reference or an Easter egg rather than like a through line to say that they're in the same universe. Anyways, I guess we're ignoring the bird altogether if we don't have a fish. I still wanted to like see what he was up
Would you
to.
like to ride the royal horse of the park?
Yes. Yeah, I'd like to waste all kinds of time.
Royal horse, you say? I'm a little princess, you know.
She could be so expressive. I like seeing her little
Look at me.
reactions.
I'm on the horse. Aye, horsey, stop it. Oh,
Look at me, I'm on a horse. My horse is amazing. Probably not quite a reference, just similar
that was
dialogue.
unfortunate.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. Are you worried because I'm such a little lady?
Of course. You are really tiny and you could break.
I broke my arm once.
You also
So
broke a
you know
dog
what I
once.
mean.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've experienced a lot of different examples of breakage. So you should kind of know what some of the risks are at this point. I want to Shadan, the sad Kevin-like bird with the cool hairdo. Doesn't seem like there's anything much I can do with that. I can't see any reason to do that to the horse either. It's already a nice thing. Seems like more we were clumsy than anything else for us to fall off.
Let's just go, Misfortune. You don't want to get involved with ducks.
You don't like the
Don't be
hamsters,
silly.
you don't like
Ducks
foxes,
are
you don't like
very cool.
ducks.
And look, he's
Very
carrying a
discriminatory.
boombox. This could be my opportunity to finally dance for reals.
You have been
Like to show
practicing.
me some of your dance moves?
Yeah, dance skills. Dance skills, dance skills. Throw down against this duck. You practice in your room all the
Of course,
time.
Check this out.
Seems like you, have no fear, you know? You're like Elaine. Oh, get out of here, you jerk. Oh, we're getting stoned again?
It's okay. It's okay.
That was unfortunate.
What are you talking about?
Getting
That was
contact
normal.
high.
Oh, if you say so.
That was no. Is your dad like blow shit in your face? Oh, look, she's all like mellowed out now. Why does this little girl do so much drugs in this game? I would argue probably too much drugs. She should probably aim to do a little bit less. Red written upside down on the bench there, and like I don't know what the other one is. It looks like Dino written upside down or something. Can't quite make that out. There's like a signature
Would you
behind
like
it.
to write this one? It's like a tornado.
Yeah, I'll say no for once.
Nah, too much rolling for the little lady.
I don't need an excuse to throw up again, and those things are dangerous. I don't know if it's more or less dangerous when it's that small. Usually they have a way larger like circumference to really get you flying around. That's such like a tiny little thing. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna know this word. I started to read it, thinking I would know. It just seemed like she was waiting, and left as soon as I approached. Hide your children, but it's upside down, and hide your children again, and the spooky thing
This
again.
looks like the art of Benjamin, don't you think?
I think it's garbage, and it should be erased with fire.
Really?
very thorough.
I see great potential here. He's obviously very artistic.
Just ignore it. Let's keep playing my game. The prize is closer than you think.
You're very
Really?
demanding
All right.
of our time, you know? I like to do a lot of variety of things with my day. We've been playing
I
your
can
game for
almost
so
feel the
long.
eternal happiness.
Good. The last challenge awaits at the pet cemetery.
A pet cemetery? That sounds like the best place to end the game.
Exactly my thoughts. I'm glad you feel the same way.
I've been reading a lot of Stephen King, and I have a few things on hold at the library, and I want to read Pet Cemetery. I was talking to a guy I work with who reads a lot of Stephen King, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, it's like a good book, but I would put it low on your priorities. It is
So,
the saddest
I was
book."
thinking while we're walking, mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure, I'm pretty good at answering questions.
Great. Just answer as honestly as you can.
All right.
First question. Have you ever stolen anything?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like I've done it in this game, even. But Misfortune seems like the...
Never.
Oh, did I say no?
Good for you. Second
I meant to
question.
say yes.
Are you happy?
That's fine.
right now.
Happy? Yeah, this is a brilliant little happy little girl.
Yes, I mean, nothing bad is happening right now. That makes me happy.
Well,
We
then,
sparkled
the
everything
last
crappy.
question. Do you feel loved?
Honestly, I would think the answer is no. That looks a lot like Fran Bow driving by right in that moment. That's kind of neat. Based on the images I've seen, I think that's how that character looks. I'm fairly confident about that. Honestly, no, not really.
No,
For the
that's
character,
why I
I
like
mean.
my Stony so much. He's just a rock and doesn't get angry or sad. I wish I
That
could
is a
be
strong
like that
appeal.
sometimes.
Thank you for your honesty.
You're welcome.
Definitely
Look,
stole, though. I
we
screwed that one up.
arrived at the pet cemetery.
I think I stole. I was just picking up shit all throughout the game and just doing things, and this character probably stole outside of that. Another missing kid. Don't know who this one is. It is a longer... No, he has a very... 112. Oh, 112 is totally... the 911 of this part of the world, and I don't remember specifically where that is or how broad of a thing that is. But yes, I have known that before. For anyone who's curious, they totally exist like that for the sake of rotary phones. A 911 makes more sense to me, that you would dial the 1, which is dial the 9, which is the longest possible rotary thing, and then 11. It's like so quick and easy to do that, and you like honestly can't get it wrong. You're never going to accidentally dial 911 because it is such an involved around thing to do.
Oh, check this out. More kids are missing. If I go missing, how will I tell Mommy?
You won't go missing. We'll go back home right after we find the prize.
Ah, okay, nice.
Totally reassured. I see no reason not to be reassured. But again, we need to mess with Mr. Voice and just try and bail. Almost never works. Why would they make the cats at the entrance look like scared cats, Halloween cats?
Eternal happiness.
Yes, where is it?
I have hidden it in one of the graves.
I have
messed
to
up,
dig
Mr.
in a
Voice.
grave? Which one?
I'll give you a hint. It's where the goldfish is buried.
The goldfish. Alright. Must I dig with my tiny hands? Yikes forever.
No, use
Yikes
the
forever.
What shovel?
shovel. This shovel.
Mr. Voice, are you summoning a shovel from hell?
That shovel. Okay.
Seems like you shouldn't mess around with interdimensional garden shed tools like that, you know? You're bound to let through a few things you're not meaning to. But yeah, you'd think you'd want people to feel relaxed and open their hearts and be like, I miss my pet. Not like, meh, like it's terrified cats at the entrance. Go for something a little bit calmer and like, ooh, lovely cat. What a pretty dog. A nice bird. You know?
This one says, Denise died surrounded by her loved ones in a fire.
I would be surprised if a goldfish died in a fire.
Nah.
I guess if there's a fire, most things aren't gonna just make it.
Okay, let's see. Little Lulu, the first bug to ever strangle a man.
Maybe it's a good thing we
Nah,
took
I
out that
think
dog
this is the
earlier.
fish.
Could have been the second. Or that wasn't even a pug. It just could be another wild animal ready to strangle man. We gotta get rid of those canines. They're rising up against us. They're rallying.
Stephanie Quinn, writer of the erotic novel Confessions of a Cat. Erotic novel? Talk about crazy.
Crazy. I would love to read an erotic novel written by a
Nah,
cat.
This is obviously a cat.
Unless that's what they want you to think. That's just their like pseudonym. They just write under the guise of a cat to put all the other cats off their trail so they don't get pursued. They don't want to be
It
eaten
says,
up.
Paul died doing what he loved. Eating poo. Ew,
Poo
yikes
crap.
forever.
Probably not a fish. Although I'm sure fish eat an
I don't
awful
think
lot
so.
of their own poop just swimming around in their tanks. You'd have to clean it a lot. Well, this one's like decorated in a way that makes me think it has some extra significance.
Let's see. Roger the magpie.
Oh, but it would be a
Never saw that
bird, of
window
course. It has
coming.
feathers.
Huh. I don't get it.
That feels very much like
Nah,
a
I don't think so. I'll keep looking.
I don't know. It just like it makes me think of some of those one-liner comics about like I was contemplating thinking about why a frisbee appears larger and larger the closer to you it gets, and then it hit me. You know, that's kind of it felt reminded me of that.
Mr. Bubbles.
That's got to be a fish. That's all it has to say about it. I'm gonna say no for a minute, just because I want to go like,
Nah, too little information.
yeah, I want to go like one further.
Where are you going? The graves are waiting for you.
Oh, really? I'm such a rude little lady. Let's keep digging.
They're waiting for you, hey? They're just, these graves are
It
just
says,
eager to be
Mr.
dug up.
Bubbles.
It's what they truly want. Yeah, we'll give it a dig. I'm gonna guess this is like a trick.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Misfortune.
maybe we did
you
find it.
found the prize.
Really? Yes.
What would
You
happen
see
if I
the little
dug up
box?
their
Open it.
graves?
Oh, okay. Exciting.
I'm gonna see if it still lets me. Nah, I think I've missed that opportunity, and realistically probably didn't want to. Eternal happiness. It's just, they're ready for the taking, hey? That was easy.
Is this the prize? But there's only a note.
What?
Benjamin.
Yes, it says, I stole your eternal happiness. Signed, Benjamin.
This seems like a trick to turn us against Benjamin. I don't believe it. I don't think that hi, children, all spelt wrong, things crossed off, total messy garbage Benjamin would suddenly be like, I stole your eternal happiness. Sounds like something Mr. Voice would do. Just trying to turn us against Benjamin.
My eternal happiness.
I knew the fox was trouble. He stole your prize.
What a disappointment. I really wanted to surprise Mommy with this. What should I do now?
We must find the fox and get your happiness back. I'm sure he hasn't gone far away. Let's go find him.
Yes, let's do that. Such a letdown.
Hopefully there's a point in the game where I can, oh yeah, it is a letdown. You're right, it stinks, it's sad. Fill that right back up.
There he is. Benjamin, did you steal my eternal happiness? Not cool.
Oh shit. I was like, you gonna say anything there?
Benjamin, give me back my happiness.
Run after him. We can't let the fox
Was
get
there a
away
fork?
again.
Like when it was
He
transitioned
stole
there,
your
there looked like there was a
prize.
fork sticking into my head. It might have just been on the ground in the background, but it looked weird. There's another one of these like wicker dolls to collect. When unloved children in darkness search for what they have lost, for why they're in pain. Well, this is number 3.
When unloved children in darkness search.
That-
why they're in
That
pain.
means I've missed one, I think.
Children in pain?
Did you find something, Misfortune?
Nah, you're imagining things.
Just straight up lies, is it? Yeah, I think we've only found 2 of those so far, so it makes me wonder a little bit, like, where was the other one? I don't know how I could have overlooked it. They seem like they stand out so much. Ooh, nothing was stopping me from running through the edge, but realistically, I can only make it like a centimeter off of the screen. I can't make it particularly far. I don't really want to chase down Benjamin. Seems like a lot of work. I didn't really wear the right shoes for that. I haven't had water all day. Also, I don't trust you, Mr. Voice. I think Benjamin is probably fine and probably not the real villain here. I have a lot of
We
reasons,
should
okay?
keep our eyes open in case we see the fox. They know how to hide.
Alright.
What is going on here? There's a lot going on. It's especially weird around the eye and stuff. Well, if that's a door, I probably don't want to immediately grab it.
Hole looks very much like
The
where the
sign,
fox
he's doing
would
this
hide
for
the
whatever
prize.
reason.
You mean I should go down there?
Yes, don't worry.
Yes!
Nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad at all.
Okay. You sound very sure. I'll trust you.
No. Hard no. It seems like yet another trap. I don't know why such elaborate schemes. Seems like Mr. Voice probably could have done us in a few times, so I don't really know what he's after, where he's leading
check
us.
out this stone. It's different from regular stones, I'm telling you.
Telling you,
think
you
you're
seen
right.
this?
Oh, this piece is loose. I'll take it for me. Maybe it works somewhere else.
And she says she never steals. Oh, well, nuts.
I'll
Alright,
put
let's
it
put
back.
put it back, because I do want to read that, see what that's all about
The
first.
game of death is what feeds the
You
shadows
can read that?
of the beyond. Huh? What does this mean?
That looks like nonsense to me, Misfortune.
The
Huh,
game
really?
of death, hey?
Maybe there's some more nonsense around.
Seems like that's the sort of thing Mr.
The
Voice is
game
making
of
us do,
death
is what
is what
feeds the
feeds
shadows of the
the
beyond.
shadows
So is it something
of
like
the beyond.
this game that I'm playing with Mr. Voice, whatever it is,
That looks like
he's putting us
nonsense.
through all of this nonsense, is the game of death, and the more we are lured into this game, maybe other children have already done it, and that's why they're missing, and they're like, their eyes are all whited out and stuff, that's what's causing the recurring revelations of this, like, dark hellscape that keeps appearing here and
I
there.
wonder why Benjamin will steal my prize. Maybe he's not happy himself.
So consider it.
But I need that happiness myself. And for Mommy. Hello? Anybody down there?
There might not be enough to go around, you know? It's probably so clumsy. It's probably best to look after yourself first in this circumstance, and then we can worry about Benjamin after if there's
That was
an
a pretty
extra.
big fall. Hello? Mr. Voice, are you there?
We didn't lose voice down here, did we? Maybe I dropped the mister. It seems too formal, don't you think?
Sweet, I found a needle in a haystack.
That's really well done. That must have been crazy difficult. I don't know.
I dropped it.
Are you going to be able to re-find it, or is that just totally gone? I think that was just a stupid random joke that you just, like, happened to find it so easily, and now it's gone. Fox repellent, the best, 10 out of 10. Get it now, love it.
Fox repellent? I can't deny the bottle sweet style. I'll take it.
I want the fox attractant. Also, that picture drawing of a fox there is really funny. I've never stolen anything in my life. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I refuse to hear it.
It looks like there's somebody else behind us. Hello?
Creepy. I guess, maybe we'll get a closer look. Strange. This
there you
worries
are.
me. No, it's just Benjamin. Oh, sad-looking Benjamin.
What are you
Tired.
Benjamin?
Get that repellent ready. I don't know what he's about to do. No. No, I will not.
Benjamin!
He's clearly not the villain here. Oh, come on, dude. Use your words. That was very rude.
What have I gotten myself into? She's such a mess. Maybe it was a mistake, choosing her for this. I mean, I saw her eating glitter. Who does that?
I understand how that would make you think she's more susceptible. Maybe not the brightest bulb in the shed.
Misfortune. You're alive and well. That's great.
Yeah. Where am I? What happened?
The dangerous fox attacked you.
Benjamin attacked me?
Not
So
how I
he
see
really
it.
is a bad fox.
See? I told you. That fox is evil.
Yeah, maybe I should listen to you.
Oh god, she
We
threw
still
up
need
again,
to
too.
find the fox and take back the eternal happiness.
Maybe we could find out where he lives.
Yes. Give me a minute to figure this out and I'll get back to you.
Okay, I'll just hang around.
Maybe kick around with some of the slop on the ground there. There's kind of a weird thing there where it seemed like Mr. Voice was talking to himself, whereas there's been other kind of interludes where he's been like, hey, you on the other side of the screen, like, let's you and I talk for a second. That one, he seemed like he was just kind of like, oh my god, why is this life of being a disembodied spawn of hell so difficult? I assume he's evil. I'm inferring a lot about his character, but this... I will not believe that this is a good character, you know? Anyways, we will carry on with more Little Misfortune. Try to convince her that Benjamin is in fact good, and F Mr. Voice, all that jazz. That's what we're working on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.